Hello students, this is our first class for class 8 biology and I am starting with the chapter endocrine system. You have got in your book the chapter named as control and coordination. Now in this chapter we have got two systems, nervous system and endocrine system, because these two are the systems which help in the control and coordination of our body. But today I am focusing on the endocrine system. Now endocrine system are made up of glands. Glands means groups of cells, and these glands consist of a chemical messenger that help in the control and coordination, known as hormones. These hormones are required in very small quantity in our body, and they can be protein, steroids, etc. in nature. Now glands can be of two types, exocrine glands and endocrine glands. Endocrine glands are those which secretes hormones. They are ductless, they reach the target organs, they needs blood as the transport medium because they are ductless. And exocrine glands are those which have ducts and they secrete enzymes. Study of hormones and their glands are known as endocrinology. Okay, because we are concerned mainly with the endocrine glands, so we must know the branch of biology which deals with this endocrine system. We call it as endocrinology. Okay, now there are some glands in your syllabus which we need to learn. First gland we need to know is pituitary gland. This gland is located in the midbrain. You must know the location. It is known as the master gland. Why? Because it controls and coordinates the action or functioning of all other endocrine glands in our body. That is why it is known as master gland. Hypothalamus, it is another part in the brain that regulates the activity of the pituitary gland. Pituitary gland can be divided into two parts, anterior pituitary and posterior pituitary. Anterior means in the front side and posterior means at the back side. Now, the hormones which are secreted from the pituitary glands, first one, as we can see, the growth hormone. It helps in the growth of the body. From the name itself we can understand, and if it is secreted in excess, then it causes a disease known as gigantism, and if it is secreted deficiency occurs, or if it is secreted less in quantity than the required amount, then we get a disease known as dwarfism. Dwarfism means very short in height. I think you have seen many people very short in height, and gigantism means very tall in height, and they are also having very big jaws. The jaw structure is very different from the normal person. Next kind of hormone is prolactin. Prolactin is helping us in the development of mammary glands. Oxytocin, which is also known as birth hormone. Number 4, trophic hormones like adrenocorticotrophic hormone, we call it as ACTH. Gonadotrophic releasing hormone. And number 5, ADH, that is antidiuretic hormone, also known as vasopressin. You must know both the names because you can get questioned with both the names. And this helps in the osmoregulation of the body. That means water and ionic balance in the body. Okay. Now, all these hormone names and their function is important. Next gland is the thyroid gland, another very important gland in our body. It is a bilobe structure and it is present in our neck region. I hope you all have heard about thyroid disease. Very commonly said and very commonly found also. This thyroid is a gland which is very important for us because it helps in our basal metabolism of the body. That means the basic metabolism of proteins, carbohydrates, fats inside our body is done by this thyroid gland. Thyroid gland secretes two hormones. One is thyroxine, another is calcitonin. What is the function of thyroxine? It controls the metabolism of carbohydrates, proteins and fats. Just now I have said you why thyroid gland is so important, and deficiency of thyroxine may cause three diseases: myxedema in adults, goiter in adults and cretinism in infants. Infants means very small children. Now goiter means when the thyroid glands swells up. I hope you have seen many people roaming around you. They have a very swollen up neck region. They all have goiters in them. And cretinism means where the growth is retarded in infants. That means it can be any growth. It can be physical growth, it can be mental growth. And what is the function of calcitonin? Calcitonin helps in maintaining the calcium or phosphate level in the body, because if calcium is less in your body, then your body's bones will be very fragile, as well as if it is very excess in your body, then also it causes your bones to be very brittle. So in both the cases, it is very important to maintain the level of calcium and phosphate in your body. Now, why this goiter, cretinism, this malfunctioning of thyroid occurs? Because of the deficiency of one very essential element in our diet, and that is iodine. Iodine is very important for us. That is why we always see the advertisements of iodized salt, because iodine is very important for our body. And people living near coastal areas suffer less from goiter. Why? Because they get lot of iodine from seafood and seawater. And people living near the hilly regions, they suffer more from goiter because their soil consists very less of iodine element. Okay. Next, the third kind of gland is adrenal gland. Very important again. And what is their location? They are present over the kidney as caps, cap-like structures over kidneys. And if we get a cross section of this gland, we can see there are two parts, medulla and cortex. Medulla gives out adrenaline hormone, which we also call as emergency hormone. Why? Because it controls the feeling of anger, fear, etc. And it also prepares our body for emergency actions, emergency situations. Okay. And corticoid secretes from the cortical region of the adrenal gland. And what is the function of this corticoid hormones? Maintains the level of salt and water, regulates the oxidation rate of glucose, carbohydrates and fats. So they are also very important for our body. Now, by the hyposecretion and hypersecretion of the adrenal hormones, we get again two kinds of diseases. Hypo means less, hyper means more. When we get less secretion of adrenal hormones, we get a disease known as Addison's disease. Symptoms are weight loss, weakness, fatigue. Fatigue means we get very easily tired, and low BP, low blood pressure. And when it is secreted more than the required amount, we get another disease known as Cushing's syndrome. Cushing's syndrome has got two symptoms. One is obesity, when one becomes very fat. Another very opposite kind of symptom we get, that is thinning of arms and legs. Very thin arms and legs. Okay. So students, today up to this, next class we'll again go to the other glands and we'll see the important functions of them. Thank you.